Cinema 3D Super Tournament.
Bounce, bounce. Come on, baby. Bounce, bounce. Come on, baby. I don't care about a thing as long as I get to you. 'Cause I like your back, that smacking back.
Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSL Super Tournament. I'm Tasteless, and you are Artosis. It's going to be so exciting. Today's game's got a lot of great players down here. Of course, this is a different format from Code A or Code S or the Team League. What we've done is we've taken a wide array of good players and just put them in one giant, free-for-all, this big slugfest. And, of course, we have the largest prize pool yet here in GSL history.
Yeah, it's a pretty big
lot of money.
prize pool for a 1 month tournament. 100 million won for first place.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. That's about like maybe $90,000.
Nest's going to need a few new wallets, man. I don't know.
Yeah, and he's going to need a bigger wheelbarrow to push all his cash around. So, again, we're here in Seoul, Korea. This is the mecca of esports, and, it's a real treat to be down here. I like that bird in our intro video. I believe that's Pirate Bird flying around.
It's like the mechanical version of Pirate Bird.
Yeah, it's Robot Pirate Bird.
I didn't see any dirt on his head, though.
Stepped it up. No, he's not dirty enough. So thank you guys so much for coming down here today. It's really exciting to see all these guys duke it out. The first day was already pretty cool. It's too bad. We saw Lin taken down pretty soon there. I was kind of hoping to see him get a little bit further, but today we got some great players. We got Soki Su, TricKsteR.
Yeah, that's going to be a pretty good
Your
match.
friend. Ally
buddy,
Artosis.
Yeah,
Used to live with the guy.
I love to watch his play.
He's good.
He always has really interesting builds.
Yeah.
He really does. He's a very smart Protoss player, so definitely looking forward to that. And also, of course, he's against YugiOh, so...
Yeah. So get ready for the Yu-Gi-Oh jokes.
Yeah.
They're going to start coming.
Maybe not as badly as the last time.
Last time we didn't even... Because that was back when I was the observer. Last time we actually had your
I was actually alt-tabbed,
out. We were on Wikipedia Yu-Gi-Oh stuff trying to come up with jokes. But yeah, I think that's the only time we've ever done that. But I think we have enough Yu-Gi-Oh ammunition this time around to get some more stuff out there for you guys.
I hope he does some Baneling trap cards, man, like Burrowed there.
So, thank you to our sponsors at LG, Intel, and G-Scope for making this event possible. And thank you for tuning in. Please spread the word about the GSL. Most of this has actually just gotten around by word of mouth.
Yeah.
Word of mouth. Pretty cool. But, get on the forums. Don't just get on the StarCraft forums. People always do this. They post on a StarCraft forum the GSL's going. It's like, well, everybody knows.
I mean, that's a great place to talk about it.
Yeah, but it's not enough.
Another great place to talk about it, another great place to tell your friends about it is Twitter.
Twitter. Get on Twitter. Add us. I'm Call Me Tasteless. He is simply Artosis. And add Goem TV's Twitter. Goem TV. It's just Goem TV. Yes. We used to be Goem TV Net. I'm actually a bit of a robot when I do this stuff. I have these recycle phrases I go through. You actually have to be creative and just say interesting stuff, but I get to be the robot. All right, let's go ahead and throw a graphic up here for you guys. Here are the match results.
From yesterday, we had Slayers Ryung, despite having some wrist injuries, taking out OGS Inca 2-0. Very impressive there. Violet taking out the win 2-0. Keen 2-0 over Rain. And Juke 2, huge upset here, taking out any pro.
Yeah,
2-1.
By that.
I actually haven't seen that series yet. I'm planning on watching that today or tomorrow. I heard that it was actually awesome. So I'm so sad I missed that one, man. I love watching any pro, and I love watching Juke 2.
Yeah.
Two very creative, inventive players.
Well, it's good to see that, things are constantly changing here. We have new, players moving up the ranks. Now, for today's games, we're going to have TricKsteR against Slayers YugiOh, then the best Boyu against Zenix Jun, MVP Genius against Slayers Boxer.
That's a good match. And Min against July.
Yeah.
This is actually really sad because these are two of my absolute favorite Zerg spaces.
I know. They're both so talented.
They are.
But, we got quite a lineup here in the Super Tournament. So,
yeah.
That's
very
kind of
true.
funny. We started.
In fact, it's got all my favorite players in it.
I know.
Except for some foreigners.
It's like Batman's fighting Superman, who's fighting the X-Men. It's pretty cool. But yeah, even though we're in the round of 64, because this is the Super Tournament, we already have so many good players, so many good games right off the bat. Not like, remember back in the first GSL? Remember that?
Tasteless.
Yeah,
during the first GSL, it was painful, man. I'd be like, I would be
sent all his SCVs in and all in again. Oh, man, I need therapy.
Well, I think Season 3 was the most SCV rushes.
I think
maybe it was
Season 2 might have been that.
Both those were pretty
I
cheesy.
actually felt like I was in the movie Groundhog's Day, and they kept doing the SCV Marine Islands. StarCraft 2 has really developed quite a bit. Since even though it's a young game as far as esports years go, it's really come a long way.
It certainly has. There's so many players playing it at such a high level all day long, and that, of course, is going to spur it forward. But also the patches. These patches have really been honing in on a more balanced game, especially these last 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I think everything since the Infestor patch was amazing. This is just the game's getting so ridiculously good at this point.
Well, Blizzard's doing a good job with that. They're basically taking small adjustments. There's nothing too dramatic at this point in time. Doing a little bit of tweaking here and there. The game already came out fairly balanced, but it's just continuously improving. Now on to our players. This is, of course, TricKsteR. We call him Soaky Sue because we actually know this guy so well. It gets a little bit difficult to start referring to him by his
I lived
ID.
with him for a long time, so.
Even though for some reason, even when we're not on camera, I still call you Artosis. You still call me Tases. But the rest of the time, we actually.
Well, those are our names.
Yeah, that's actually my name, man. That's going on my tombstone, Tases.
Yeah, no, forget Dan. That's like what my mom decided to call me.
Yeah, man. With an ID,
She doesn't
you
get to choose that. Now that I'm an adult tasteless, I can do things like I can go out and I can buy strawberries and eat them for dinner, a whole package.
Yeah, man, you're a grown up. You want cake for breakfast?
My mom can't just say, no, just a few, save them. Your brothers need some. It's a morning food. No. I can eat a whole thing of strawberries for dinner, and I can call myself Artosis in real life.
That's right, man.
Those are things I can do as an adult tasteless.
Being a grown-up kicks ass.
It
You can be a
does.
pro gamer like TricKsteR here. TricKsteR, Soaky Sue, was a StarCraft 1 top Protoss player.
He actually was.
He
a lot of people
very scary.
give him some trash talk here and there, but he was a longtime fixture. Beat a lot of top notable players in important matches.
Yeah,
made OSLs and stuff.
Somebody that people really wanted to train with a lot as well.
Yeah.
Now over here we have Slayers. YugiOh, very good Zerg player.
He actually is. He's actually a really good Slayer. There's no question. And the fact that he's in Slayers means he's even better than we think, because Slayers Boxer was like, oh, I want this guy in my team. And when Slayers Boxer does that, that means that they are very, very good tasteless.
Yeah. He's got
Either that
very
or
good. He's got a good
Slayers
eye.
Boxer is just like partial to the cartoon.
Yeah, maybe he's a fan
Joey
of
fan.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be. I never actually played Yu-Gi-Oh.
I didn't either.
I don't.
I saw the cartoon.
That was like just. Came, I did play Magic the Gathering.
Of course.
Artosis actually went to tournaments for Magic the Gathering.
I was about to go pro.
He had a special nerd utility belt on with different decks and stuff. Bust out the green deck. Now I'm a tree mage.
That's
right.
That's it.
That's right, man. I remember getting in an argument with my brother over Magic the Gathering because I had like Wall of Woods. Like he had like some like 4/4 creature, and I'm like, well, I cast my Wall of Woods around your creature. And he's like, you can't cast it around my creature. I'm like, yeah, I can.
Well,
it's my Wall of Woods,
you were
man.
wrong, man. Day9 got you there. You can't do that.
But you can in my Magic the Gathering.
made-up
I was
thing
actually
ever.
actually making my Wall of Woods like trap him and one of my creatures.
Tasteless plays
inside
with
there.
imagination in his strategy
I was,
game.
man. I was the best guy to play with action figures as a kid. All right, our map lineup
That's
is
like,
Zelnaga
you know what
Cavern.
that's like? I'm sorry, I have to stop this. You know what that's like? That's like building a bunker at the top of your ramp, and then the Zelts run around. You're like, no, you have to attack the bunker. You can't run around. That's what that's like.
All right, it's countdown time. It's going to be on Zelnaga Caverns, Crossfire, and Dual Sight. They're all very different maps, so it's going to require different play styles here. From these two guys, one of them is going to move on. The other one will be knocked out at the start of the Super Tournament here, head-to-head here at the GSL.
GSL TricKsteR versus There's YugiOh.
All right, it's on. Over here in the upper right, we have... Great commentators just started talking. Gotta fill time somehow before this name comes up. All right.
TSA TricKsteR.
You did a good job.
I heard the silence in the room. I thought I'm gonna cut myself off. There he is. Very talented player, very clutch. Jerry Dennis, I'm on Jelly. No, I'm on GSL. Okay.
You jelly.
He's like on Jelly. I'm like, ooh, it's gonna stain your clothes. Over here in the bottom left, we have
YugiOh.
You a jelly fan?
I'll eat it. I'll be a team player. If there's jelly that comes with a bagel, I'll put it on. But generally, I don't do jelly.
I don't like jelly.
Yeah, I'm not much of it. I mean, I will do a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but I don't really eat those very much.
Yeah, well, that's like one good way to ruin peanut butter tastes.
You don't like peanut butter and jelly?
Of course not.
You like look at me with contempt. All right, Chrono boosting out at the Nexus now. He is going to go for, most likely, we do see variations of this, with a 3 warp gate expand. You basically push out with sentries, try to secure a Nexus. Chrono boosting the warp gate. And it's a good build.
Yeah, it is.
One of the builds I like to do.
You know, it's a build that we've seen recently. The Roach, Zergling, high economy aggression, and the slightly lower economy kind of all-inish attack.
Right.
2 things that we've seen Nesty, Lucira, and Hydra, the 3 best Zergs in the world, basically do a lot recently with a ton of success. It's a pretty good counter to that build, so I'm going to be interested to see if TricKsteR actually goes for the 3 Warp Gate expand, or maybe he has a little flair to put on it. You can do things like 2 Warp Gate DT expand or 2 Warp Gate Void Ray expand, and both those are very safe and can absolutely just slaughter that opening. But they set you up a lot differently for the mid-game.
Yeah, absolutely. Now here we see Slayer's YugiOh trying to get Zergling speed out here as fast as possible. The probe trying to buy time so the drone can't get the hatchery up, and he does it. He has a gold mineral, does he?
Yeah.
Look at that. That's smart. I'm not even joking, actually. I mean, if you're going to scout, you might as well just mine the gold mineral.
Yeah. If he ever goes home, you get 7 mineral stasis.
He's going to get back home, and TricKsteR's going to be like, give me the gold mineral. He's like, but no, I want to keep it. It's a souvenir.
It's like the Golem probe.
Golem probe?
In a probe voice, it's like, my precious.
My precious. Okay, I can't do it. All right, Stalker's out
You
now.
ruined everything, Tasteless.
I dropped the ball.
So Stalker first.
Oh,
Or TricKsteR. Yeah. All right. So there's a lot of ways you can do this. I personally subscribe to the 2 Warp Gate Void Ray expansion. It's a very strong build.
Yeah.
And
Any pro likes that.
yeah, he does stuff like that as well. Some people like to go 3 or 4 Warp Gate with a single Void Ray and just kind of all in. I'm not all about the all in Tasteless now. Not such a big fan of those.
All right, Sentry on the way out now. And he will probably, as you said, get another gateway. That's usually the right thing to do.
Now, he's already shown a Stalker. That's going to make YugiOh think, this is probably tech, could be a 4 Warp Gate. Not exactly sure. It's something you do to save some gas. Oh, going up to 3 Gate. So definitely could be a push.
This actually could even be an all-in. It depends.
It could be. But also, it could just be an expansion as well. You can go 3 Warp Gate Void Ray expand as well. It's just a matter of preference.
A lot of it will depend on if it keeps producing out of the Stargate.
Yes.
Or not. I mean, sometimes we see guys get 1 Void Ray. It's, a nice tool to have. But in other cases, we see them continuously crank it out, or even get a Phoenix after the Void Ray. So you can use that to pick up Queens and take out hatcheries and expansions.
Yeah.
But in this case, he's just going to get one Void Ray.
And it's a good choice. Going to get rid of that Overlord right away. Now, YugiOh does have a Roach Warren making, and he just cancels it as he sees the Void Ray. I love that move. Cancels it, gets more gas, and starts a lair. That is what we call playing reactionary. He realizes, hey, you know what? He was obviously setting up, well, most likely setting up for the Roach Zergling aggression, saw the Void Ray and said, oh, this is a build that counters it. I'm not going to do it anymore. Very smart play by YugiOh. And just like all the Slayers players, showing that he has a very big and sexy brain.
Yeah.
Just
he
like
absolutely
Tasteless.
does.
You should be Slayers Tasteless.
Yeah, I got a big sex brain. My brain actually has a 6-pack on it.
A 6-pack and a thong. That's how sexy
right.
it is.
Yeah. One of those thongs pulled up real high so you can see it even when I wear my jeans.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
That's so funny.
Moving out now.
It's like goes all the way up to your frontal lobe.
That's right. Now, with the Void Ray, you don't generally attack the other player with it. What you're doing is you're trying to go ahead and take out Zergling's another. What?
Look at that. Fleet Beacon.
Oh my God.
I am confused. Now,
He might go for
it's either going to be Mothership or Carrier.
Mothership.
And
I think it would be Mothership. That would make more sense.
It would. Neither makes a lot of sense to
No,
me.
man.
I don't know.
Well, compare that to a carrier. He just has
Yeah, that's
Hydralisk to
true.
actually just shoot down all the interceptors. He's like, oh, well, now I have giant paperweights in the sky.
It costs a lot of supply and money. And yeah. No, I think you're right. I think it's going to be a Mothership. So interesting, this build. I always just sit here when Kisu's playing, I bring in my build order notebook. Taste is like, could you commentate this one? I'm like, no, man. I'm like just writing down build orders and strategies.
Oh, now he does not want to let this Overseer in there.
Yeah, you do not want to let this be seen. That would be very, very bad, Tasteless.
Nice block there by
yeah, that's a good
TricKsteR.
thing, man. If
Head
those
to Link
Zerglings
got in there. Oh,
that'd have been bad. Now, there's a lot of Hydras being built.
The Overseer's coming back now. Is he going to get in there?
No.
No.
He's very dead. Flies into a cannon. It's like walking into a telephone pole.
Yep, Mothership.
So this is really interesting, though, because right now YugiOh is making a little July creep highway, just one tumor going out and sending all his Hydras. It looks like he's just going to try to bust Kisu here.
Yeah, you know
when you
Protoss
go
spent
for
so
Void
much
Ray.
money on
The Void Ray, especially,
Void Ray, that you can snipe down the buildings on the outside.
So it looks like that is exactly what he's going for, Tasteless. But TricKsteR may have enough right here to deal with it. It's going to come down a lot to micro, a lot to the good force field placements. Let's see how this goes.
He may have to remake this in his main. And then second Guardian Shield. Now remember, Hydralisks are very slow when they're not on creep, so pushing them behind the force fields can be pretty bad. This is actually a pretty botched effort thus far by Slayer's YugiOh right now, but you know what? More Hydras are coming up here.
That as well as
more Stalkers and Zealots.
The force fields are running out, Tasteless. This is getting a little bit scary. He's got to not lose all these sentries. That would be very, very bad, obviously. But more warp gates finishing up. Looks like Kisu will hold this just barely. Even the Void Ray coming back and harassing a little bit, trying to divert the attention of those.
More Zerglings are on the way up here. Zerg expanding at the same time.
Oh man, but when this mothership comes out, nothing's going to be able to see these buildings or units, Tasteless. And it is actually almost out at this point.
Well, I don't know. You know, Zerg has got Protoss cornered pretty bad, but
yeah, he really
here
does.
Comes the mothership, and it's about to go ground all these Zerg Hydralisks.
It's getting pretty wild. A lot of sentries are going down, and the attack is over.
He stopped the attack before having to show his hand, tip his hand with the mothership. 7
mutas on the way. This is so interesting because with the mothership, you can probably walk down and take out the third base that is going on right now, but he has to stop the mutas that are going to be coming to harass him. This is what an interesting set of strategies these two are doing.
Now, this is going to be a big tell is how good is YugiOh's crisis management in a situation like this.
Because I tell you, it is kind of like a crisis. You never really see a mothership this quick. I doubt that he's seen this. We will see, though. The mutas on their way. No cannon in the main base of TricKsteR, so he's going to have a hard time getting back there.
Yeah, and the gateway position here doesn't allow his units to circulate as easily.
Definitely going to lose some probes. And here the mutas go. TricKsteR on the way into his main base. And YugiOh right now probably looking at Fleet Beacon. He's like, what?
Uh-oh. I almost wish we could have just gotten a shot of his face.
Yeah.
He's just like, what? Mutas are like, oh my god, I've never seen a mothership before.
Mm-hmm.
They got their little muted cell phone cameras for trying to take pictures.
Oh, what is this? What is this?
You know what? He might, we see the mothership's a little, what is the recall ability? Or the mothership?
It's recall.
It's recall, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we see these units a little. He might actually recall that army to the main and start warping in where that pylon is.
Yeah, and he is a little bit ahead. He did kill all those Hydras and Lints off without losing too much. Has more supply right now, 108 to 93. Mutas right now harassing that mineral line. TricKsteR with a couple Stalkers. He's going to want to pull those probes back, though. Losing a lot of probes at the moment. And Tasteless. This attack is starting to look a little bit deadly down at the Zerg base as well.
Zerg is under attack right now. Here's the thing. These mutas can kill all the probes they want, but if this Protoss army gets over here and actually destroys the bases, that's what StarCraft is destroying your opponent's buildings at times.
He also has a Vortex lined up. He has more than enough energy to do that. So, I don't know, man. I don't know if YugiOh can actually stop this. I don't think so. This is such a strange strategy.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be GG, unless I'm mistaken. There's just no way he can stop him from actually walking into the main base and essentially destroying the tech tree. Here's the problem, is that the Overseer is basically the only thing that's going to be mobile and can spot these cloaked units, and let's face it, the Overseer is not quick.
Oh, and that one even being taken out there, Tasteless. And what units does he really have right now to combat this? 4 mutas, 6 Hydras, 16 Links. That's actually not enough to kill all this. As long as TricKsteR shows any form of good micro, he will be able to hold.
Well, this game's actually over. There's no way. It doesn't matter if, TricKsteR loses every single probe and can't make a new one. There's no way Circle will remake structures in time for 4 mutants and take out this entire base. In fact, he can't. He has 3 stalkers in the center. That's enough to take those injured mutas.
Spine Crawler's not so good against a mothership as well.
Damn.
This is, this is just such a weird strategy, Tasteless. And it was weird play by YugiOh as well, which is something we have to keep in mind here. I don't think that this isn't the scenario that TricKsteR was prepared for with this mothership.
Yeah.
Oh man, look at that.
Oh my god.
And he cannot even see anything. Those are going to go down in seconds. Has enough energy for another Vortex if he needs it.
Don't get too near there, Queen. And now they're out. Of course, they will try to kill the mothership first here, ideally, but
they're going to have to. They can't see anything else.
Yeah.
As he did target that down. And I tell you, man, TricKsteR actually just killed YugiOh with a mothership. A 2-base mothership rush in PvZ.
He actually is going to be changing the way everybody's going to be laddering this week. And I guess it was a wise decision to, considering YugiOh's age, to use his mother probably still has a lot of power over him.
That's true. He saw it and he was like, I don't want to go to bed. I'm a pro gamer now.
I'm taking the internet away.
No!
All right.
Wow, what a strange strategy.
Well, what's funny is it actually doesn't even look like it's gimmicky. Like when I saw it, I was kind of like, well, now that I think about it, what exactly
I'm
is Zerg
trying to
supposed
figure out
do
exactly. I'm trying to figure
about
that out right now.
I mean, what are you going to make spore crawlers?
I think you have to make overseers and then just micro them carefully
Cross
so
your
they
fingers?
don't get sniped.
But the thing is, overseers are just so slow. I mean, imagine if you have blink with that. You actually blink under the overseer. The overseer's down. They're like, oh no. They all fire
down like that.
Yeah,
like all 3 of his eyes.
So, I mean, it was really nothing that, due to the fact he didn't see it in time. I'm still thinking, what exactly would a Zerg do? I feel like I need to go home and practice that build because it looks very clean.
I feel like I don't have enough information to even know exactly what Kisu's plan was. Obviously, he saw the mutas. And he's like, I already killed a bunch of Hydras. There's mutas around. I can just hit this timing and kill him. But
yeah, he might have wanted to just turtle with the mothership.
Normally, the game didn't play out like a normal ZVP.
Yeah.
YugiOh did some different things. He had some different things thrown in there, probably for a more standard style that he was expecting out of TricKsteR, but that style was not shown. So I don't really know what the mothership, what he meant to truly do with it.
It's a really interesting strategy. I wonder if we're going to see mothership incorporated more. That's clearly an underground build that he's been using because we have not seen anybody do that. Well, it's going to be on game number 2. I feel like YugiOh got way outclassed there. He's probably sitting thinking, oh my god.
I don't know how TricKsteR thinks of builds like this, seriously.
He's a smart guy, man.
I think what he does is he goes around and licks doorknobs so he gets really sick and thinks him up in a fever dream.
That must be it.
I think that's probably
Our map is going to be Crossfire. Crossfire! Dan is laughing so hard right now. All right. So head-to-head here, the countdown started. TricKsteR against YugiOh. Are we going to see more mothership play, or are we going to see a comeback from YugiOh? I don't know, but we're going to find out here. I'm Tasteless, and with me is Artosis. We're Tastosis, the Cassian Archon, and this is the GSL.